I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. And more great Star Wars wisdom is a line from the Green Man, Master Yoda. And Yoda says to Luke, fear is the pathway to the dark side of the Force. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate leads to the dark side. The consumption of darkness in our soul. And the emotion of fear usually corresponds with an action of wanting to control others outside. When one feels out of control, doesn't feel safe, and gets consumed by fear and is driven by that fear, then they try to control everything around them. And I was just recently engaging with an individual consumed by fear, and their fear, their irrational fears, were driving them to try to put control in my life. And my initial response to that was anger. My response to their fear and their control was anger. But I took a few steps back, and I decided not to engage, not while I'm feeling angry, but I need to do something because what this person is doing is wrong. There's just something that felt wrong about the level of control they were intending to impose on me, unconsciously so. So this is where I had to set my boundaries. And I have to set boundaries of what I'm willing to tolerate and also lovingly call out this person, not attacking them, but simply call it for what it is, even if I don't call them out directly, but calling it out in my mind and set the boundaries and say no more. And what this does is this stops me from responding or reacting in anger, which creates more dark and negative energy, creates an even darker dynamic between me and this individual who was intending to control me. Again, this is some people trying to control me is another one of the triggers that I have, one of the buttons. When I feel control and someone irrationally wanting to impose control over me, that generates an anger in me. And in earlier years, I would lash out and rage at someone intending to impose control on me. And then sometimes the situation would not necessarily be better for me, it'd actually get worse. But again, the archetype of the peaceful warrior, I find, being able to call out evil. And again, fear is the pathway to evil. When someone is consumed by fear, like I said, they tend to do evil in the world. And being able to call it out, but set that boundary, for me, set to where I'm not going to align that this person, they're not going to cross that. And whenever I start to, again, this is what I've found is whenever I feel this type of energy being directed at me, this is an opportunity to set boundaries. This is an opportunity to get better at setting boundaries, get stronger in setting boundaries, get stronger in faith and belief in my own judgment, as opposed to either lashing out in rage, or the other thing which I didn't talk about, which is people pleasing, which is folding over, bending over, trying to accommodate this person just because they're scared irrationally, which is the wrong thing to do as well. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, be well, and I will see you on the other side.